You know, some stories aren't just told, they're felt. They live in the mist of the early morning, in the quiet flow of a sacred river, and in the heavy silence of an impossible choice. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful and honestly heart-wrenching tales from mythology. It's the story of a king, a river goddess, and a single promise that would shape a dynasty. So our story kicks off with King Santanu. He's this powerful mortal king, and he's out in a royal forest at dawn. And right there, emerging from the glowing river Ganga, he sees her. And we're not just talking about a beautiful woman. She seems to be the living, breathing soul of the holy water itself. It's one of those moments that just freezes time. And what's so fascinating right from the get-go is the incredible contrast between them. You've got the king, a man with all the power in the world. Yet in this moment, he's totally awestruck, completely speechless. And then you have her, Ganga, divine, mysterious, and just radiating this ancient, absolute calm. The mortal and the divine, meeting right there at the water's edge. For Santanu, it was just instantaneous. This wasn't some simple attraction. It was a total surrender of his entire being. He didn't say a word, he didn't have to. His heart was completely hers from that one single glance. And this absolute devotion, it's the key that's about to unlock everything that comes next. So, of course, he asks her to be his queen, and she agrees. But there's a catch, a very big one. She binds him with what's known as an unbreakable vow. Now, this isn't just a promise like you or I would make. In these stories, a vow is a literal force of nature. Once it's made, it carries the weight of fate, and breaking it, well, that comes with consequences no one can possibly see coming. The vow itself rests on 3 pillars of absolute silence. First, you must never, ever question me. Second, you must never oppose me. And the third one, the one that sends a chill down your spine, no matter what I do. Just think about that. He has to give her complete, unquestioning freedom, no matter how strange or terrible her actions might be. And what does he do? Completely blinded by this profound, all-consuming love, he accepts. He does it without a second's hesitation. He makes the vow. And with those words, their destiny is sealed. Their marriage begins, built not just on love, but on a foundation of silence and a fate that's already been set in motion. And for a while, everything was idyllic. The kingdom was prosperous, the palace was filled with joy. Their love felt so pure, you'd almost forget about this strange and absolute promise that held them together. It was a perfect, peaceful calm. But that calm, it was just an illusion, because Ganga's true nature, her mysterious past, and the real reason for that terrifying vow were all about to surface in the most horrific way you can possibly imagine. The beautiful, serene surface of their life was about to shatter into 1,000,000 pieces. Soon enough, their first child is born, a son. This should be a moment of incredible joy for any king. But Ganga, she takes the newborn baby, walks to that same sacred river she came from, and she lets the child go into the water. Santanu can only watch from the shadows, his heart completely breaking, but his mouth is sealed shut by his vow. He can't ask why, he can't stop her. And right here, this is where the story twists into a living nightmare. King Santanu, this powerful man of action, is made completely helpless. He's forced to watch this unbearable loss, trapped in total silence by a promise he made out of love. And the horror, it's only just beginning. A second child is born, and a second child is surrendered to the river. The vow holds. Then a third. She has the same serene look on her face, and he has the same silent agony in his. The fourth follows. The pattern is now a relentless, cruel rhythm of birth followed by loss. By the fifth, you have to imagine his heart is turning to stone. Yet, his promise to the woman he loves remains unbroken. By the sixth, how much can one person possibly endure? And then, the seventh, 7 sons, born and then lost to the river, with their father forced to be a silent witness every single time. So, there it is, 7 lives given back to the water. An entire dynasty drowned before it could even begin. And the king, with all his power, is still a prisoner of his own word. But you know, a person can only bend so far before they finally break. And then, an 8th child is born, another son. As Ganga gets up, once again, to walk toward the river, something inside of Santanu finally snaps. this time just feels different. The silence has become way too heavy to bear. He just can't do it again. As she walks towards the glowing water, the king finally rushes out from the shadows. All those years of grief and rage and confusion just explode out of him. The silence that has defined their entire marriage is about to be shattered by one desperate act. So this is it. This is the moment the whole story has been building towards. After everything he's been through, after 7 unbearable losses, is he finally going to choose his child over his vow? Will he defy the divine woman he loves to save his very last son? He does. He grabs her by the wrist, stopping her just as she's about to release the baby. And in that one single action, he breaks all 3 conditions. He questions her, he opposes her. His love for his child finally wins out over the love that first bound him to silence. The vow is broken. But what happens next isn't at all what anyone would expect. She doesn't get angry, she doesn't fight him, she just stops. And with the promise now broken, she's finally free to speak. The truth behind her horrifying actions, a secret she's held for so long, finally starts to come out. But what could that truth possibly be? What could ever justify drowning 7 of your own sons? Well, this is where the story shows its true depth. Her actions weren't about cruelty at all. They were part of a much older cosmic drama about curses and gods trapped in mortal bodies. It's an incredible lesson in how our mortal promises can get tangled up with divine fate, and how even the most unbearable pain can be part of a much, much bigger plan we can't see. The loss of 7 sons was a terrible tragedy, yes, but the survival of the 8th? Well, he would go on to change the course of history.